we shall see the next technique, which is a variant of mathematical induction, which is called strong mathematical induction. What we have seen so far is called weak mathematical induction, the sense that we add something called base case and then hypothesis. Assuming this, we have proved it is true for k plus 1. Therefore, we concluded for all k greater than or equal to 1, the claim is true. And supposing there are case studies where you may have to assume more values, not just the k alone, meaning some values below k as well. For example, k minus 1, k minus 2 and so on. Suppose you make more than one assumption here, that comes under strong mathematical induction. So what it says is, you have base case, and for all k greater than or equal to 1, if you can even assume all of them, you can assume starting from 1 until k, and then you prove for k plus 1. Or according to the problem, you may assume k minus 1 and k and prove k plus 1. Or k minus 2, k minus 1, k and then prove k plus 1. So you can assume anything starting from k and below that. And once you are done with the proof, you conclude for all k greater than or equal to 1, the claim is true. We shall see some case studies which adopts strong mathematical induction in proving some claim related to the problem. We know that nth Fibonacci number can be expressed as a sum of n minus 1th Fibonacci number and n minus 2nd Fibonacci number. For example, if you look at the sequence, you see that nth number is a sum of n minus 1 and n minus 2. The next number is a sum of n minus 2 and n minus 1. And now can we come up with some bounds? What is the value of fn? One can of course solve this and then give the precise value. But what we are interested in some good lower bounds and upper bounds. Here is my claim. I say that nth Fibonacci number is at most 12 by 7 to the power n. Or one can also make this claim, nth Fibonacci number is at most 2 power n. So what we will do is, we will prove this using mi. Okay. So proof by strong mathematical induction. So what is our base case? So base case, let's look at starting from this. So the first value f1 is 0, and 0 is less than or equal to 12 by 7 to the power 0. So 0 less than or equal to 1. Then you have f2. f2 is 1, and some book or some textbook, they may start from 1, some may start from 0, and accordingly you write this. So this is 1, and this value f1 is 1, which is less than or equal to 12 by 7. And so what is the value of n? So while attempting this, this is n is equal to 1, and this is n is equal to 2. So this one is okay. So now when n is 1 and the very first value is 0, so which is 0 less than or equal to 12 by 7 to the power this. So 0 less than or equal to this. And when n is 2, f2 is 1, and so 1 is less than or equal to 12 by 7 the whole square. So having given these two, let's get into the hypothesis. Assume the claim is true, which means Fn is less than or equal to 12 by 7 to the power n, and what is the starting value? Starting value in this case we are starting from 1. Okay, and for F1 it is proved, for F2 it is proved, and starting from 1 we assume it is true. Okay, next let us get into the induction step. So we want to show that Fn plus 1 is at most 12 by 7 to the power n plus 1. We know that Fn plus 1 is Fn plus Fn minus 1. Had it been weak mathematical induction, we would have just assumed n and proved n plus 1. Because it is strong mathematical induction, I am making use of both n and n minus 1 to prove this. Fine. Now, by mathematical inductive hypothesis, Fn is at most 12 by 7 n, Fn minus 1 is at most 12 by 7 to the power n minus 1. Now substitute here. So Fn plus 1 is at most 12 by 7 to the power n plus 12 by 7 to the power n minus 1. Remember, we are using the values of both n and n minus 1 to complete this. So which means I need to go for strong mathematical induction. Assuming k and k minus 1, we are proving the next. Over here we are assuming n and n minus 1 and proving the n plus 1th value. Fine. So now on simplification you get 12 by 7 to the power n plus 1 plus 12 by 7 to the power minus 1. Fine. And what is this, which is 12 by 7 to the power n into 1 plus 7 by 12. Correct? This value is 12 by 7 to the power n, and which is 19 by 12. So please note, to conclude this I need 12 by 7 over here. So please note that 19 by 12 is smaller than 12 by 7. So this one is strictly less than 12 by 7 to the power n into 12 by 7, which means you get 12 by 7 to the power n plus 1. So I am substituting a value which is larger than this, so you get the larger sign on the other side. Therefore you conclude for all n greater than or equal to 1, Fn is less than or equal to 12 by 7 to the power n. Okay, if you look at this proof, we had something called base case, and as part of base case I am listing two of them. The reason is nth number or n plus 1th number depends on two other terms. So which means when you come over here and you talk about say f3, and f3 depends on f1 and f2, meaning when you prove for f3 I am making use of the values of f1 and f2. So I should have proved f1 and f2 as part of the base case. In general, if nth number depends on two other terms, if it is just one term, that's weak induction, you will give only one base case. If it depends on two other terms, then there will be two base cases. Supposing it depends on n minus 1, n minus 2 and n minus 3, then there will be three base cases. So by looking at the expression, one can identify how many base cases are needed to complete the proof. Then fn plus 1 is fn plus fn minus 1. We know that by mathematical inductive hypothesis, fn is 12 by 7 to the power n, fn minus 1 is 12 by 7 to the power n minus 1. So substitute and simplify, and while simplifying I am substituting a value which is larger than this. You see that the inequality follows. And just like weak induction, this has got a base case, but you may have more than one base. It depends on the problem. As for this problem, you see that there are two base cases. Then assuming k and k minus 1 or n and n minus 1, we have proved for n plus 1. Therefore, you conclude it is true for all n. Fine. So, like weak mathematical induction, this has got base, inductive hypothesis and the inductive step. The difference is you may have to prove more than one as part of base case, and when you make an assumption, you assume more than one value and not just one, and complete the inductive proof.